Hello and welcome. I am Otis Landerholm. I'm the founding attorney here at Landerholm Immigration, A.P.C, where we fight for your American dream. And today I want to share my screen. I want to talk about the strategy of, if you've got TPS, of getting advanced parole to coming back into the U.S. to be eligible to adjust status. And I want to talk about, is that still a sound strategy or isn't it? Okay. And so let me share my screen and just kind of explain some of the frustrating changes that have happened recently so that we're all on the same page, all right? And so I'll move my, let me kind of expand this a little bit. All right, so I'll go through my slides here. What I'll do, I'll even make this a slideshow, might as well. The current slide, okay, awesome. All right. So advanced parole to adjust status, question mark, all right? So remember, to adjust status, typically you've got to show three big requirements. One, you've got to show that you've been inspected and admitted or paroled, all right? And I underline the words or paroled there. It's right there in the statute, okay? Two, you've got to show you've got a visa immediately available. So you have a child who's a U.S. citizen who's turned 21, or you've got a spouse who's a U.S. citizen, typically, all right? And three, you've got to show you're quote unquote admissible. So no unlawful presence bars, no willful misrepresentation of a material fact, no false claims to citizenship, no alien smuggling, no arrests, no bad things, all right? You got to be eligible for that green card. So in the past, if someone was never inspected and admitted, they entered without inspection. They entered EWI, as we call it, entry without inspection. But if they had TPS, TPS allows a person to apply for advanced parole. Okay, DACA does too, for example. So in that situation, in the past, we would recommend that somebody apply for advanced parole, they travel, and then they get paroled in to the US, and so then they would be paroled into the country so that they would then be eligible to adjust status to apply for a green card under Section 245A, which we just looked at. But on August 20th of 2020, so beforehand, our strategy, hey, you've got a child who's turning 21 and you've been in the US for years and you've got TPS, hey, let's get you advanced parole, let's get you to come back out. Now that your child's turning 21, you'll be able to adjust status. Wahoo, great strategy. However, on August 20th of 2020, there was a case that was decided by the Administrative Appeals Office, the AAO, which is an office that oversees USCIS. All right, this is not a federal court. This is an office within USCIS. And on August 20th, 2020, they decided what they call the matter of ZRZC. And this was under the Trump administration. And that case is just another one of the very frustrating opinions that came out of the Trump administration. That case says that when a person travels pursuant to advanced parole, at the time that they return, they get quote unquote status quo ante. All right, which what does that mean? It means that they don't get quote unquote paroled in. Advanced parole is different from other types of parole, is what this decision says. And it means that they get readmitted, re-allowed into the same situation that they were in before they left. And so if they originally entered without inspection, unfortunately, they will not be eligible to adjust status, even if, and despite the fact that they just got paroled in through advanced parole. Very frustrating, the matter of ZRZC. Basically, if you entered in 1990 without inspection, and then now this case is decided, and it's after August 20th of 2020, you get advanced parole and come back, tough. You know, your advanced parole and coming back, you're getting paroled back into the same status you had before the parole, not getting quote unquote paroled in. I don't know. It's a crazy idea. So initially, right, my office is in Oakland, California. 99% of our cases, maybe not quite that much, 90% of our cases, we do have several cases throughout the country and throughout the world, but 90% of our cases are here in the state of California. And so, initially, matter of ZRZC wasn't affecting my cases that much because originally it was not implemented in the Ninth Circuit or in the Sixth Circuit or in the Eighth Circuit. Because remember, those circuits had found that, hey, if you had TPS, you were admitted better than paroled, right? Just getting TPS was an admission. You were inspected and admitted according to those circuits. But, and so, yeah, I explained that here. The Ninth, the Sixth, the Eighth Circuits had all found that being approved for TPS was an admission. So the matter of ZRZC effectively didn't matter in those circuits, right? Because if you left pursuant to advanced parole and re-entered, you get status quo ante. But in those circumstances, you still would have been lawfully admitted under your TPS, all right, if TPS constituted an admission. The problem is now just like a month and a half ago or whatever, on June 7th of 2021, the U.S. Supreme Court decided Sanchez versus Mayorkas, and they unanimously agreed that TPS is not an admission for purposes of Section 245A adjustment of status. So that's a problem. All right. So after June 7th of 2021, it's like now we've got this problem. And the problem is that if you originally entered EWI and now you're in the Ninth Circuit or the Sixth Circuit or the Eighth Circuit or any circuit now, and if you have TPS, even if you travel out on advanced parole, you will not be able to adjust your status under the current state of the law. You won't be able to, all right? Unless Congress changes the law, unless the Biden administration undoes or overrules or changes the policy that was implemented under the Trump administration when it created the matter of ZRZC. And so that's the issue. And now there is a caveat that USCIS says that it will not apply the matter of ZRZC to exits on advanced parole before August 20th of 2020. It only applies to leaving on advanced parole after the ZRZC decision. And so what's that mean? If you've never left before on advanced parole, and if you have TPS, and if you're thinking about it, should I apply for advanced parole? Shouldn't I? It's not. If you need to travel to see a family member, that's one thing. All right. If you need to travel to see a family member, like absolutely go and travel, but it might not have the same benefit that it used to have. It might not enable you to apply for a green card unless the government changes this. All right. This is just another one of the ways that the Trump administration has left a negative impact for immigrants. And, from my perspective, a negative impact on immigration law that limits the ability of people to apply for green cards. And my request to the Biden administration is that they change it, that they do something about it, that they undo it. All right. Like, let's overrule the matter of ZRZC, because the plain language of Section 245A allows a person to adjust status if they were inspected and admitted or paroled. All right. Like Congress, Congress intended that people who are paroled into the United States be eligible for green cards. And so why are we undoing that? Okay. And I know that lip service has been done to that, but for crying out loud, if the adjustment of status statute allows a person to adjust status if they've been paroled into the United States, let's not find some technicality to limit that. Let's make the full use of that adjustment of status statute. Let's make the statute work, people. Anyway, Thank you for being with me. If you're as frustrated about this as I am, please leave me a comment below this video. I'd appreciate it. Please subscribe to our channel. If you have TPS and you're looking to adjust status, hey, I'd love to help you. Please call our office. Let's do a consultation. Let's figure it out. And if you're thinking about advanced parole, it's not a bad idea. It's a good idea, actually. But the question is, okay, what exact benefits will the advanced parole give you? And the answer is it's a limited benefit now that the Sanchez versus Mayorkas case has came out. And now that there's this matter of ZRZC, which in my opinion needs to be overruled. All right. That's it. Hope this was helpful. If it was, subscribe, thumbs up, do all the good stuff. Thank you so much for being with me here today. I'm Otis Landerholm, Landerholm Immigration, A.P.C, where we fight for your American dream. Thanks a lot.